I've done any sort of video, and I don't know that I've ever done a live broadcast from this YouTube channel. So welcome to this. I doubt that anybody will watch this live just because I've never done this before. So I'm not expecting anybody to be here for this live airing of what I'm about to talk about. But if you do happen to drop in, welcome aboard. And I'm excited to talk about, I think, what my plans are for my personal YouTube channel moving forward through the rest of 2019 and really kicking it into high gear in 2020 and forward. So if you don't know, I'm the founder and one of the hosts of the Mirrorless Minutes podcast. It's another YouTube channel, obviously. And as the name would imply, the focus is pretty much on mirrorless cameras, the photography that revolves around them, the technologies, and the advancements that happen with those. And it's always been really Olympus heavy focused because, as you know, you more likely than not know, I would assume, if you know me, I'm a member of the Olympus Visionary Program, have been for the last 6 years. And the focus of that has been really heavy on Olympus. We've got some exciting announcements coming up about it on that channel. But today I just really want to take a minute to focus on my personal channel and what my goals are with it, because it's, in all honesty, it's been really neglected. I haven't done anything with this channel in ages, and it's sad. I really miss putting out content. Hey, how's it going, Michael? Glad to see somebody popped in live. I really wasn't expecting anybody for this live, so that's pretty cool to have somebody in here. I'm just going over what my plans are for this channel moving forward. It's been a long time since I've produced really any content, and it's really hit or miss and spotty. Sometimes it's product announcements, sometimes it's just a fun video behind the scenes of me and friends going out shooting, and I think somewhere in there are probably some tutorial videos and things like that. And I think because I'm going to have a little more creative freedom moving forward in my photography. Again, I'll talk about that on the Mirrorless Minutes podcast probably tonight at 8 o'clock when that goes live. But I think I wanted to do something a little more fun with this channel, a little easier to do, a little easier as far as the ability to produce regular content. And I'm going to take a cue from a good friend of mine, Joe Edelman. Joe has an incredible YouTube channel where he interacts with everybody that drops into the chat room like Michael just did. And he does kind of like a Q&A session type deal, where he'll come in, he'll have a topic that he talks about, and he'll answer your questions. And, your questions can be on topic or they can be completely random. And Joe takes the time to answer those and provides a valuable service to the photography community in doing so. And again, kind of taking a cue from Joe, I think I want to do a similar format. Joe shoots a different genre than I, so I hope I'm not stepping on his toes by doing a very similar format with the whole audience interaction aspect of things, because I generally shoot nature and wildlife and Joe is more studio based work. I think we can do the same sorts of things without butting heads. Hopefully he doesn't call me up and holler at me, but I think I'm good with this. So the format that I think I'm going to work with is I think I want to try and start doing them. I'm going to try and start off every other Sunday night just to keep it really easy for myself, but I'd like to ramp it up to maybe do it twice a week potentially, and if not twice a week, then for sure once a week religiously. It'll always be the same night, it'll always be at the same time unless something crazy happens. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm getting notifications. I should have turned my phone off because I'm live, right? So what I really want to do is silence my phone. But what my plan is, though, is to go out shooting like I do. I shoot regularly, I shoot prolifically, as Joe Edelman would tell you. I want to go out and shoot. And what I think I'm going to do is come back in. And then when I do my live show, I'm going to talk about what was going on behind the scenes during my shooting. Maybe I'll run a little bit of behind the scenes footage so you can see location of where I was at. And, with the software that I'm using now, you can see it says powered by StreamYard. It won't say that when I actually pay for the software. But so with this software, I'll be able to share video feeds and things like that. Okay, good. Thank you, Michael. It's good to get that feedback about it not interfering with Joe. I like that. It's a big fear of mine. We're all in a big family here. I don't want to step on any toes. So, but what I'm thinking is maybe a little behind the scenes footage when I'm out shooting potentially, and then I can stream that here and play it live. And then I can start talking about, what was going on, why I was shooting there, what drew me to the subject, equipment I was using, things like that. and then go into my whole post-processing routine. I get a lot of questions about that. It's kind of amazing to me that people are interested in, my thought process. It's always kind of cool to be able to sit down and tell people, hey, so, if I've got a scene like this, I might drag a radial filter here or an adjustment brush, I'll start working this way or that way on this scene. And it's one thing to show people a finished product. It's a whole other thing to show them the process that went into it, and then where your head was at with that process, why you did what you did. Because I think everyone knows that when it comes to post-processing, first of all, there are a million styles out there. But even if you're doing the same style, there are a dozen ways to accomplish the exact same thing with different tools. So I think it'll be fun to show people how to use the tools that I use. And it might be tools that you're using regularly and just never realized you could use it for this application or use it in this way. So that's kind of where I'm going to go, I think, for the remainder of 2019. And definitely I want to, if everybody seems on board with this and it seems to get good feedback, really ramp it up in 2020. And that's where I'm hoping to go to the 2 times a week thing, which will be tough in the winter because Michigan winters are hard to shoot in and stay motivated. But I think it'll be a good test of my resolve to do this. And of course, the whole time when I'm doing this, when I'm editing photos and working on them, I'll have your comments coming up and I'll be able to answer your questions. And it'll be kind of cool, to be doing this and hearing your feedback on things, like, hey, why don't you use this tool? Why are you doing this way? And it'll be fun to be able to share that. And of course, I'll be sharing my screen the entire time. So you're watching the process as it happens. And I'll talk through everything, why I chose this file versus this file. I'll show you the whole grid in Lightroom so you can see the images that I'm choosing from. It might be fun to pull up the grid and have you guys pick one of the photos. Oh, come to Alaska, buddy. It's on my list. Believe me, there are so many places I want to go in the United States here still, and Alaska's high on that list. I want to start traveling internationally, but I kind of have this thing with myself. I'm going to try to not to go anywhere outside of the country until I've visited Alaska first. Yeah, it's beautiful up there from everything I've seen and the people that I know who've been. It's incredible. So it's on my list. Are you going to host me if I go? You're going to give me a place to crash, keep my costs down? So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to keep this video running too much longer here. I just wanted to sit down and take a minute while I had time before I do the show tonight, and just tell everybody what my plans for my personal channel were. And again, seeing the audience interaction with Joe Edelman on his channel, it was so inspiring. And it's why I do what I do as far as teaching workshops. I love the interaction and the sharing of knowledge and being able to just transfer a little bit of information and know that it goes out there and somebody else uses it and then they can share it to somebody else and it just grows from there. It's always fun. It's really great to do something like this, run a workshop or teach a lesson and have somebody come back later and say, hey, check out this photo. I used that one technique you were talking about, for this or what have you. And it's always cool. And so that's kind of the inspiration behind where my channel is going. Joe Edelman, number 1, the guy's a rock star. And number 2, it's you guys. It's the feedback I get from you when I teach you guys. And I haven't been able to teach on this scale before. I've always taught a group of 10 people when I'm leading a workshop, or 5 people, or a single person if I'm doing a one-on-one. I've never had the ability to really interactively teach, who knows, tens, dozens, hundreds, thousands of people all at once. It'll be pretty incredible. I'm pretty excited about it. So look forward to that. Look forward to another announcement coming probably pretty soon. Before the end of August, I'm sure I'm going to have my first one. I might have a couple before the end of August. So again, look forward to that, you guys. And if you're coming into this video long after it was streamed live, please take a moment and leave in the comments whether this sounds like it's something you'd be interested in watching and subscribing to. And if you haven't, speaking of that, I've got to do the standard YouTube announcement thing. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And ring that little bell up in the top right there. Hit the notification button so that when I do go live, you'll get notified and maybe you can tune in and answer questions and interact with everybody. Again, I sincerely appreciate everything, you guys. You take care, and I'm looking forward to doing more with you in the next coming months and years. Take care. Hey, Michael, thanks for being my one live studio audience member. I appreciate it, brother. Take care. See ya.